Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy. You are heavily linked with Mr. Maddison.
James.
And actually Harvey Barnes, but he got injured the other day, so I don't think you go after him.
Yeah, James Maddison. We had a bid for, I believe, was it 40 million? 40 million. And then yesterday I was reading there's a second bid that is close at 50 million, which I think is like absolutely right. James Maddison, a baller, right? He is
Proper
a baller, but he's had one England cap. Like he's got more like snapbacks than fucking England cap.
Yeah, no, we can't be judging a player's value off of their international caps.
Okay, first, but 50 million for a guy that can't get in the England squad. I think he's amazing. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
If you get him for 50 million, that's class. Yeah. That is such a good addition for your team.
That's just pure saturation of the position, though. Like he's competing against all of more expensive players. He's competing against the £100 million pound player in Grealish, you know. Like
that's fair for Man City paying 50 mil. That's fair for like Chelsea paying.
No, mate, you are now. You shut up as if you're some small club.
You know what? This is the curse of Newcastle now, because when you walk around going, "Hey, I got loads of money," people go, "All right, we're hiking the price of our players."
But do it go around saying we've got loads of money? Just everyone else says that.
No, you're owned by a country.
Yeah, this is.
What do you mean?
Allegedly.
It doesn't take a genius to go. Oh, well, they haven't said they have lots of money. Maybe the Saudi government just. Maybe they're bankrupt.
Absolutely. You know what? I thought first season of transfers were really respectable because you weren't taking any shit when people said, "Oh, we want more." You go, no, I just don't want to make the transfer. But this year, now that you're looking ambitious and want to get some places, teams will ask and demand more money for their players.
The Man United, people did that to United literally. All the time.
Yeah. Nick Pope for under 20 mil, I'll call that a bargain.
That is a good bit of
you lot love a bargain.
You literally relegated Burnley by taking their two best players.
Yeah, we did, to be fair, and that was beautiful. Like they deserve to go down. Like, come on, like that they want borrowed time, Burnley. Like nobody went on Match of the Day and went, I can't wait to watch Burnley.
It's true. It is true.
Like, no offense, but like I didn't want to watch Dwight McNeil ripping up the wing.
He's Everton now as well. They don't even have
him. He's at Everton?
Yeah.
Him and Anthony Gordon, that's a likeable winger, isn't it?
Yeah. They're number 10. But I was speaking to some of my mates from back home who are obviously Leicester fans from Leicester. And they were saying we wouldn't let James Maddison go for less than 60. Now it's interesting because it looks like Kasper Schmeichel is leaving Leicester. Yeah. So apparently Dubravka might be linked in that transfer saga. So so it'll be like a Dubravka plus money for James Maddison.
Okay, so I heard that. Well, I think Rodgers just came out and said he's happy for the two keepers to battle out for the first.
Mate, you can't.
I know.
Ward. Yeah. Iverson.
I swear to God,
that is not.
We'll get a producer to confirm that. He genuinely came out and said, "I'm happy." Like we have no intention, and that could just be him just saying so that they don't like you said, Jack. Yeah. But I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Leicester went into the season with Danny Ward in the goal.
Yeah, I did. I read. Yeah, so Rodgers came out and said that 40 million would get 3/4 of James Maddison's
he
left
can
leg.
Fucking shut the fuck up, him, man. Like what's he? He's a Scottish Steve Bruce, Brendan Rodgers. No one cares. Like I like Leicester. I really do. Leicester are an amazing team. But Brendan Rodgers, like, if he was the manager of my team, I'd be so bored.
Why? Why would you? Why? He's lived through
exactly.
We almost did it under him.
Because you had Suarez, you had Luis Suarez, fucking Brendan Rodgers, or is it any like Leicester, right?
But James Maddison is a talisman of that football club. No, you can't. There's a certain English tax as well, Premier League tax.
Yeah.
Newcastle tax of being rich as fuck. Yeah. All this combined, you've got to pay.
I'd pay 60. Look, if I was Newcastle, I'd pay the 60 mil for him.
I agree with you, right? Maddison for Leicester. If I was Leicester, I would want 60 mil because he's like you say, it's the talisman. He's the from Leicester's point of view, you want 60 mil. I totally get that. But for Newcastle, in our midfield, like, because Maddison's centre kind of, he's not really a wide
like
player.
Right?
Yeah, like a 10. Yeah. So we have Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton.
What a baller, by the way.
Baller. Joe Linton.
Player of the year, wasn't he, for you guys?
Joelinton. Yeah. Unreal.
Do you like him? Yeah.
Oh, me, so
the
good.
resurgence and Eddie Howe just moving him back to centre.
He's such a sexy motherfucker, Joelinton. I absolutely love him. Like he's. What I like about him is he's one of them.
Sorry,
players.
I'm completely taken us off. Continue with the James Maddison. We'll talk about Joelinton in a second.
Okay, right. Sorry, James Maddison. I think.
Where does he fit?
We've got Bruno, got Joelinton, Shelvey, who's like transformed under Eddie Howe.
Or Joe Willock.
Joe Willock as well, though. Joe Willock. But I just think Maddison, for us, it's not worth paying that much money. We need other positions.
But do you not think it's reflective of your ambition, though, if you go after a player like that? Like,
True.
Realistically, you've signed, Nick Pope, Matt Targett, and Sven Botman this window.
All great signings.
Yeah, you get Maddison on top of that. Where do you think Newcastle end up? Or where would you like to see that based on the amount of action that you've had in the transfer market?
With Maddison?
With Maddison and building on Eddie Howe's success last year.
I think, I don't think anyone realistically thinks Newcastle are going to get Champions League this season.
No.
I would say if we get in the Europa Conference, I'm like, fuck's sake. But I want to get in the Europa.
That's good.
Yeah,
but that's an improvement, though.
True, but like no one really cares about the conference, do they? Like I'd be in if I was in the Europa League. Like if we got
top six.
Six is
Europa,
right? If we got sixth,
that's such an overachievement. Man.
It is an overachievement.
To break into the top six.
I've got Newcastle to finish sixth this season.
Have you actually?
No, you haven't.
I swear, in my predictions, I've got them. It was 6th and 7th is where I think
they're 8th for me. And I'll put them 8th.
I've completely,
I've
gassed up because I just think that like when you're in the moment that Newcastle are in right now, where like the fans have never been more excited about the club and everything is just so positive. Morale in that team must be phenomenal. Yeah. Right? It's like good things happen when your club's
momentum,
in a place like that.
Momentum.
We've beat Atlanta, not last game, second last game, and we beat
Atlanta or Atalanta?
Atalanta,
right?
Sorry.
Bilbao as well, right?
Yeah, and Bilbao recently. But we had like nearly sold out ground for like a friendly. Like the fans like under Steve Bruce and under Ashley, like it was so toxic. Whereas I think it's went from, like you say, the momentum. It's went from horrible, terrible to like good, but that change is just made everyone just perform out the skin, which gets us a little bit worried, just to like dampen expectations a little bit. I don't know if now the season's finished that the momentum, obviously, will it still carry on into the new season?
Because you've made three really good signings.
If you keep picking up players and start,
I'm telling you, James Maddison, you guys pick him up, you pay 60 million for him, it's great. I think it's good. And what you have to remember is now, especially now, you literally have an unlimited pot of gold. You got to stop thinking like, oh, it's 60 million. That's not a great way to spend our money. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Who fucking cares? One, it's not your money, and two, I don't think you realize how much is sitting in that bank account.
Okay, right. If you win the lottery, right, but you're broke, you're like, I still feel like you'd be like, oh well, I'm not gonna buy. I'm still gonna buy like Tate and Lyle sugar. I'm not gonna go for like the expensive sugar.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
So you are in the early stage Man City takeover fan period, but where you're like, I still want to get a bit of value out, but now they're like 100 mil. Bang,
no problem.
Get the player. But as a season's time, it'd be like a shopping list.
To
be going through European footballers and be like, no, he's pretty good. What, 75?
Yeah,
in the bag.
Do you think that if James Maddison comes, he would be a better signing than Bruno?
I still feel like I need to see like a full season, because he only starting towards the end of the season, right? True. And he was amazing, and I actually think he's such a fun player to watch. Like it actually made me want to watch Newcastle, right? Besides Will getting in my ear, I actually wanted to watch him because of him when he was starting. So I want to see what a full season looks like, but I actually think he's class. Whether they're different players, aren't they? Like
true.
I think both of them in the team would be phenomenal, and I think you do challenge for that top 8.
Two players with proper creativity.
Yeah,
I think that's Callum Wilson just like licking his lips every day of the week.
Oh, 100%. I also think it's like we've been used to, like, no offense, like if I don't, they'll probably not watch this. Matt Ritchie.
Oh, he's watching. No, he said he's a fan of pitch side.
Yeah, huge one.
Ryan Fraser, like good players, right? But now we've got like players with just like
foreign passports.
But they're
like,
functional.
Yeah,
now you've
true.
got players with flair and
like drip, like St. Maximin.
Joe Willock, the king of drip.
Do you know how many people are going to walk in like represent t-shirts and dunks and carpenter jeans?
Yes.
I'm going to be like, yes, Willock, Bruno, like St. Maximin, Wilson, like, oh, it's going to be like fucking like the local flannels. It's going to be sold out. I love it.